Angel Investors and co-founder of the She Angels Foundation. I'm also the podcast host of Invest in Her and an award-winning producer, author, and TEDx speaker. Our show, Invest in Her, features phenomenal female founders and funders. As you know, women receive less than 2% of venture capital funding. Our series is about accelerating the funding of women by connecting them to funding resources. Let's meet today's guest. Welcome to this week's episode of Invest in Her. I am your host, Catherine Gray, founder of She Angel Investors. And as you know, every week I like to present resources that are going to help you grow your business. And so today is no different. We have on an amazing woman. She is the founder and president of NEU Marketing, which is spelled NEU. She's going to tell you what that stands for. And so happy to have her here. She's grown her Facebook group to over 20,000 and helps other people to do the same. Let's welcome to the show, Cindy Gersch. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, Catherine. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Me too. I know we got introduced through some mutual friends and that I adore and, really happy they connected us because what you're doing is, I think, really unique. I've been a guest on your Facebook group and I know that you have created quite a cool thing there. So, I mean, it's for small business owners, right?
Yeah, so I'll just give you the backstory real quick. I started the group in April 2020. I've been in marketing my entire career. And so when COVID hit, when the pandemic started, I, being a small business owner myself, knew I needed or wanted to do something to help support other small business owners. What do I know? I know marketing. So I know social media. So I started this Facebook group in April of 2020. And within a year, we had 25,000 small business owners in it. Wow. It just under, and it just sort of blew my mind. So all done organically, no ads, nothing, just word of mouth. And it was just grew into this real support system for small business owners, really from all over the world, to help one another during this, pandemic when everybody needed help. And It's still going today.
I love it. And what is the name of it if they want to look it up and become a member?
Sure. It's called Supporting Small and Local Businesses Everywhere.
Perfect title.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what you do. Let's talk a little bit about your career. So you actually were a CBS news reporter, right? Mm-hmm. And then worked in marketing for multi-million-dollar companies around the globe. Tell me a little bit about that, because I know you love to travel. Where were you working? Who were you working with that you bring, now to the table to help other small business owners?
Yes, so I did. I started my career out as a reporter for a CBS affiliate at a small TV station up in northern New York, Watertown, New York, if anybody, WWNY TV. And I was the military reporter upstate at Fort Drum, New York. And I did that for about 6 years until 9/11 happened. And I just realized then I couldn't be a reporter. It was too much for me. I wear my emotions on my sleeve and I just couldn't do it. So, marketing, PR goes very hand in hand with the media, right? So I quickly switched over to marketing and was fortunate enough to get a job at Fort Drum. A privatization company had just won the housing contract to work with the Department of the Army to privatize the housing at Fort Drum, and they needed someone to do marketing. So they hired me, and 9 months later, I was promoted to corporate, and I stayed there for 9 years before I went over to another company that did the same thing. So yeah, for 22 years, I was really in marketing, corporate marketing, eventually working my way up to corporate marketing, working for multi-billion-dollar companies that really were focused on P3s, public-private partnerships. So I would oversee all of the marketing communications for military housing. That was a big part of my background, overseeing the communications for military housing, and that was spouses and active duty servicemen and women. And then I started working as well on writing proposals and trying to win new work as well. So I loved that. I loved working hand in hand with the military. It was truly my honor. And then,
and your husband is a Black Hawk pilot,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yes. I actually met him when I was stationed at Fort Drum. I was like, I'm never going to marry I'm never even going to date a soldier. 16 years later, hello, 2 kids. So obviously that didn't work. Yeah, so it was.
Well, wait a minute, or obviously it did work, right?
Right, exactly. It didn't work that I was not going to.
Right. Just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, no, yeah, happily married 16 years later. So, so I was honored to work with them. And then unfortunately things happened. I lost my job, and then I decided just to go out on my own in November.
And so many people, that is the opportunity to be an entrepreneur, right? They lose their job and they're like, now what? And it's actually a blessing in disguise sometimes, right? To get to launch your own business, which, is no easy feat. But, if you surround yourself with the right people, I always say it takes a village. So don't try to go it on your own. Learn how to get the funding. We personally do on sheangelinvestors.com. We do a e-course called 6 Ways to Fund Your Business, Funding Made Simple for Female Founders. We do that because funding is obviously the crux of starting or growing a business. And we really want to give women the resources to understand what funding resources are out there and which one is best for them, because that is something that is so important to the business. And I believe that's what I talked about on your group. I know you have different experts come in each week to your Facebook group to talk about different topics that help business owners to launch or grow their business, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Every Thursday, I bring in a thought leader, and that's exactly right. You spoke about finances, because it is crucial, as you said, for small business owners to not only, have finances to start their business, but to keep them in order during their business. And, as well as to figure out what to do if they are struggling, to know that, their first option isn't to throw in the towel. There are places out there that can really help you if you're struggling and you need a little bit of support. And so I felt that when, bringing you on, it was a very important topic that needed to be discussed. And one of the best, most well-received topics that we had as well. So yeah, I think
cool.
That.
Yeah. Well, it does take funding to launch or grow a business. Absolutely. And a lot of people don't know where to find that and how simple it can be if you know what you're doing and you know how to connect to it. If you don't, and most entrepreneurs don't, because they just have their great idea, their great business that they want to launch, but they're not the business person. And so it really takes both components, the creative and the business, right? And so I love what you're doing. It's wonderful to have a community, to have resources to go to and find your accountant, find your attorney, find your support group, find your marketing person. And by the way, we said we were going to tell them what NEU marketing, new marketing, stands for. What does that stand for?
Niche and exceptional, unconventional. And
love it. Niche, exceptional, unconventional. Love it.
Because that's what we are. That's my brand. That's who I am.
That's who you are. And really, that's who most small businesses are, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, most of them actually are. Yes.
Yeah. And, my focus is really on female founders. I know you bring everybody into that fold, but I do like female founders to know that this is a resource. So they could go on Facebook. They could look up your group. Tell me the name once more.
Supporting small and local businesses everywhere.
Okay. So they just put in supporting small and local businesses everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it will come up, and then they can join for free.
Yes.
And then I know that you have been doing free workshops on how do they build their own Facebook group, right?
Yeah. So what's different about this Facebook group is it got, like I said, built up to 25,000 people, and I'm a strategic marketing person, right? And so I started getting approached by all these people like, you really have something here. And I don't know what I don't know, right? I didn't know that you could monetize Facebook. I didn't know that you could make this a strategic group. So I hired a coach. And so what we did immediately was we went through the group, got rid of all spammers, scammers, bots. We got down to 14,000. We got rid of like 10,000 people, over 10,000 people.
Oh, interesting.
And turned the group into a strategic group. So no longer did I allow flyer drops, follow for follow, just random posts. And a lot of people after that left on their own. I'll tell you that much too, because I wouldn't allow just people to go up and, hey, come check out my store, or flyer drops. I wanted it to be strategic. And one of the things that I do now that makes our group so different than really any other group I've been able to find for a small business is that I do offer those talks that you go to, that you spoke at, every Thursday for free. And every Tuesday, I offer a free marketing workshop. And it's an hour marketing workshop to speak on everything marketing, client acquisition, branding, social media, marketing topic of the week. And that's free. So it's just a little way that I can give back to these small business owners to help them.
And then if you help someone build it, first of all, maybe you can give us some tips on how you build it. And second, how do you monetize it?
Mm-hmm. So that building it is the number one tip I tell people when they are looking to build their Facebook group is the name. The name is what is everything. So when I first started, I had the word COVID in my name. I've since switched that and changed that, obviously. But everybody at the time in April 2020 was looking up COVID, right? That was no matter whether or not you owned a small business. So that's how I grew the group, because it was like, oh, COVID, oh, small business, and there I'm going. And so that really drew people in. So it's got to be a strong title, and it also needs to tell what you do. So that's the number one tip I tell people. And then the second tip I tell is it doesn't hurt to go to other Facebook groups, especially large ones, and promote yourself. I can't even tell you how many people I've gotten who have come and I've gone onto other groups and been like, hey, come join my, I don't really want to call it coaching, because it's really not, because typically they don't leave the other group, but it kind of is. So those are the two main tips that I give people is hey, come from this group to my group, where you'll not only be able to promote, because they still can, it's just more organized, but you'll also get free workshops twice a week, things like that.
So people could promote on your site, but it is more organized. Is that how you monetize a site like this? No.
So I monetize because I do have a membership group. So if you want, and it's very, so if you want much more marketing, right? I have a 4-pillar course for proven pillars, a 4-pillar proven program. It's hard to say. Marketing program. And that is focused very, very heavily on branding. So it's basically branding. And then it focuses on social media, organic marketing, and SEO. And so people pay me to go to that class, because it's a private Facebook group. I do additional trainings. They have one-on-one classes with me. They get a whole, books on, it's a lot more. I will tell you though, that this Facebook group has taken up my marketing agency. I haven't been able to really even take new clients, because this Facebook group is a full-time job. So
I've heard that you got to be very dedicated if you're going to have the group, but that sounds great. So the small business owner could go there, get some free advice, but they could also upgrade to a membership and get programs like your 4 pillars to literally be able to launch a successful campaign on social media and for branding to grow their business.
Exactly. So this is what I figured. So I, as a consultant, most small businesses would not be able to afford my hourly rate. That's just the reality of it. So what I've done is created this program where small businesses can still have me, right? I'll get paid because I need to live somehow too, right? I'm putting all my time in this Facebook group. And
it always cracks me up when people go, oh, they're charging for that course. And I'm like, yeah, so they can continue to give the course,
Right.
It's everybody deserves to be paid for their time. We all have different gifts, and we all should be hiring each other for our gifts that, the ones that we don't have. If we're not a social media person, then hire someone who is. And I love that yours is an alternative to that. Take your program, more affordable than hiring somebody. And having a robust social media and branding campaign is essential to your business success. So I think that's really cool that you're doing that.
Thank you. And I think you're absolutely right, because it's funny. I posted this poll on the Facebook group the other day saying, how much do you think X, Y, and Z is worth? And, quite a few people said nothing. So that kind of hurt my feelings, but then other people said things like, oh, you're just, why are you going to just take our money, scam our pocket? And I'm like, oh my God, these people really don't see that, like,
there's a value. And are those same people getting paid for what they do? Of course they are.
Right. It's just, it's so funny to me. It's so funny. But the majority of people did see the value in it. And to your point, exactly, because they leave my group with a full marketing plan, a full social media plan, and a whole networking strategy, it's not as detailed as like the plan and the social media. And here's the thing, this is the statistic I always use. 78% of small businesses without a strategic marketing plan fail within the first 5 years.
Wow.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to, maybe you're paying $2,000 now, but what are you going to pay in 5 years?
Yeah, I had a friend that was really an exceptional person in New York in branding and marketing. And she said, these businesses, they put it at the bottom of their list and it should be at the top of their list. Like branding and marketing is everything. Like you said, it makes or breaks your business. Let's share your website with everybody.
Yep. So my website is for my agency is www.neumarketinggroup.com.
Okay, great. So newmarketinggroup.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I take it people can find you on LinkedIn.
Yes. Same. I mean, yes,
We're all there now.
Yeah. I'm active on all the socials because you have to be, right? I mean, you really have to be. So yes, I'm very active on LinkedIn as well.
LinkedIn, Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your Instagram handle the NEU Marketing or what?
Yes, that is my professional one. Yep. At NEU Marketing.
NEU Marketing. I always want to say NEU because it's NEU, but I know it's new. It's a new way of spelling new.
It is. It is. Yeah. Ooh, that would be a good way to brand it. Yes. NEU.
Can you share some success stories with me? Like, so here you're helping these people with these marketing campaigns. I know it's got to be rewarding when they come back and tell you, hey, this worked and this really grew my business. I mean, that's why I'm assuming that's why you do what you do, because the satisfaction you get in helping people. Can you share? It could be that you could share their specific name of their company or just their story, but some success stories that made you feel great about what you're doing.
Yeah. So I'm going to share two really quick ones. So the first one I have to share, it's not doing with the small business group. It's just doing with my agency. I was hired last April by a former NFL player who played for the Baltimore Ravens when they won the Super Bowl. So in 1999, he was a defensive tackle, Lionel Jelly Roll Dalton. And he hired me in April of 2020 to find him, 2021 to find him a kidney because he was dying. His kidney he was basically on his deathbed. And he said, I've been looking for a kidney for a year and a half and we can't find one. We've done everything and I need help. I was like, oh my God, like this is a big job here. Like, what am I going to do? I put together a strategic social media plan. I knew it had to be social media and PR, and he had a kidney 4 months later.
Yeah, I read that in your bio. I'm like,
I essentially saved this gentleman's life, and I've won several national awards as a result because 4 months later.
Nobody ever thinks of social media or branding as a do or die, but there you go. And I read that in your bio that you'd through Twitter saved this man's life. And I'm like, wow, I can't wait to hear that story.
That's how we saved him. And he was on Good Morning America, The Doctor, he was in Sports Illustrated, ESPN, and now I sit on we've started a nonprofit and I sit on his board for that. And he's thriving. He's running around with his 3-year-old and 9-year-old and just living life. And I love that. How can you beat that?
Right. That's awesome. Any small businesses?
Just really quickly, I have a woman in my group. Her name is Sherry. She has been a constant in my groups from day one. Didn't pay for the membership, but is in the process, still figuring that out. But this is a case to prove that even though she didn't pay for the membership, she still went to every event that we had. Everyone. She was still an active member of the board. Yeah, commenting, answering questions, asking questions. And she's completely rebranded her business. She realized she had to new website, new logo, new name. Her Instagram reels have gone completely viral. She's gotten hundreds of new Instagram followers. Her sales have increased dramatically. Like, and that is all a testament to her being in this group. She didn't even know what a brand was. She had no
Wow,
idea what a
that's
brand was when she
amazing.
came in my group. Zero.
Wow.
And she's completely like everything. And this is all because of the group and her realizing she needed help. And she is a total success story.
Wow, I'm going to look her up. That is such a cool story. So yeah, I mean, just that it gives you such joy to help people out like that. And, so now who isn't listening, going to go to this small business group on Facebook and hang with some other people and find some resources and learn about marketing from Cindy. I mean, this is a beautiful thing, wonderful resource. And we always love to talk about free resources, but also about, paying people to do what you're not good at so you can do more of what you're good at. And that's really how the world integrates into helping each other. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
So you can look, and it's made by Sherry. Sorry.
Made by Sherry. And how do you spell Sherry?
SHERI. And that website, it's madebysherry.com. And
Great.
that website though has changed to the new one, but it's still like links over. So you'll see like the old and the new, which is so exciting.
Okay, great.
I'm so sorry. I remember that. I had one of those brain fog.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It happens to everybody, even the people listening, they understand. So madebysherry.com. We're going to check her out and look at her cool Instagram reels. Thanks to your Facebook group. And Cindy, hopefully my listeners are going to check out that Facebook group for free. Sign up for your membership for your program that they can get a comprehensive branding and marketing plan through your membership site, and look you up on social media. We also ask that you follow us on social media, Instagram, Catherine Gray at Invest in Her, and also She Angel Investors. We're everywhere as well. And also look forward to seeing everybody on LinkedIn. Who isn't on LinkedIn these days? What a great resource that is. Cindy, thanks so much for sharing. Really appreciate you being on here. And I love that you're helping other people start Facebook groups. So they hopefully will check that out too, if that's something they've been thinking about doing. Cindy,
thank you so much. Thank you. And you are such a great resource as well. So I appreciate you and all the advice and everything you gave the small business owners as well.
Thank you. Let's give a shout out one more time for the name of your Facebook group as we're signing off.
Supporting small and local businesses everywhere.
Great. See everybody in the group. Take care. Make it a great week. Remember to invest in her. Remember, if you're looking to launch a business or grow your business, check out our e-course, 6 Ways to Fund Your Business, available at